Demand for refreshed common spaces and updated units is at an all-time high. And so here's some tips that you may want to think about before starting your next project and hiring a general contractor. Everybody at one time or another has had a nightmare construction experience. It's one of the common things. If you ask anybody, hey, have you ever done a renovation project? And inevitably, if they have, they're gonna say yes, and it was a nightmare, or yes, this was a challenge. So because of that, there's a lot of things to consider before starting your project. With that said, when you're hiring or looking to hire a general contractor, it may be very hard to find a general contractor that knows the inside and out of senior housing. And so some things to consider before hiring them is interviewing them. That's one of the big things, is bring them in for an interview, talk to them face to face, and have them tour your community and walk through what you expect in your project setting. This will go a long way in figuring out if it's a good fit. Obviously, you want to have somebody professional in your building, and starting that face-to-face meeting and giving that contractor a tour is going to be one of the steps that you can find out, is this person, is this team actually professional? Because that's going to be a big component to the success of the project. In my opinion, a professional contractor is going to have a healthy curiosity about your specific community. You need to look at the questions that they're asking you. Are they the right kind of questions? They may not understand everything about senior housing or about your community, but do they have a desire to want to know? That's going to be a big thing. How are they dressed? Are they clearly marked? This seems kind of like an obvious thing, right? But what they're wearing and what they have on is going to go a long way in making your residents feel safe. Because when you have people inside your community, your residents want to feel safe and know that the people that are there are professionals. Safety inside an open operating community is the #1 priority. And the ways that we accomplish that at the Bridge Group, and the ways that you can help your contractor accomplish that on your project, is by having weekly safety meetings. This is going to go a long way to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that they are following the protocols that are currently in place at your specific community. There's some obvious things about not leaving tools out, not running extension cords across walkways and paths. We want to make sure that the residents are safe at all times, even in the middle of a construction project. Updating your community is going to improve the lives of everybody there. And there's a bunch of reasons that you'd want to improve your building. You want to grow, you want to improve, and you want to attract. You want to attract new residents, and you want to attract talent to your community. You want to keep that great reputation of care that you have, but also match that great reputation with a beautiful building inside and out. Setting a correct budget can make or break your next renovation project. So how do you do that? You get a team of professionals in place very early on in the project. Oftentimes I get phone calls or emails from investors. They say, Lucas, we are under an LOI to purchase a building. We want to work with you. We want to talk with you about what we think we want to do as far as repositioning and improving the building. Will you work with us to help set a budget? And we call that a ROM, R-O-M, rough order magnitude. It's a big step early on that you can put in place to make sure that you're on the right track, and #1, you're setting the correct budget. Finding and hiring a GC for your next project can be a challenge, but you can take these tips and some of these methods and means to go out into the marketplace and find a general contractor that is the best fit for you. Our tagline at the Bridge Group is "Senior living is why we exist." That's why I started the company, and we want to help you.